Welcome to Introduction to Self-Myofascial Release for your pelvis. In this short video, I'll explain the concept and then we'll have a separate class to explore. So a healthy pelvis is associated with this optimum intra-abdominal pressure. And we are using self-MFR to affect the muscles that are part of this intra-abdominal pressure. So let's begin with pressure or intra-abdominal pressure. This picture represents what it looks like in your body. So if you look at the first picture, the inhale, you'll see that both the diaphragms, the respiratory diaphragm, which is on top, and the pelvic diaphragm, which is on the bottom, match each other. And so when we inhale, that respiratory diaphragm dips, the belly goes out so that it makes room for that air that's coming in. And then the pelvic floor diaphragm also dips. And then when we exhale, you have the opposite as seen in this picture, where the pelvic floor diaphragm is rising, the belly is flattening, and the respiratory diaphragm is also rising so that the air can come out, and it's an exhale. Now, what we see is a lot of correlation between pelvic floor dysfunction and women who are not kind of using this intra-abdominal pressure to their benefit. What does this look like? It means that most likely, if you are exerting energy, you hold your breath or you inhale when you are exerting energy. Here are the muscles that we are targeting. If you think of it as a canister in the middle of the body, the top is your respiratory diaphragm, the front is the transverse abdominis, the bottom is the pelvic floor muscles, and the back is the multifidi or the back muscles. Myofascial release is a form of therapy that addresses restrictions in the body's connective tissues to restore movement. There are 3 principles to follow in this myofascial release technique. Number 1 is 5 minutes. Myofascial stretches are held for a minimum of 90 to 120 seconds just to engage the collagenous barrier. And on average, at least 5 minutes is needed to release multiple layers of a restriction. This time is needed for the crosslinks between the elastin and collagen fibers to unstick, the collagen to lengthen, and for the ground substance to rehydrate. Second is telescoping or active elongation. Rather than forcing into an area of tightness, you're going to bring the stretch to an available end range, and then you're going to telescope or actively elongate. The difference is that in traditional stretching, you're trying to force that tissue past its available end range. But in myofascial, you really are going to engage the fascial barrier. And when you hold that for 5 minutes, you allow it to release and have permanent change in the tissue. And lastly is presence. It's simply not enough to go through the motions of this release. You need to fully participate and bring full attention to your body. This allows you to be aware and present, and that you can use your breath to soften into the area of tightness or pain. This allows you to feel and respond to subtle changes in the tissue and can make the release more effective. It also allows you to become more aware of other ways that your body is communicating to you. This could be through images, different sensations, emotions, and other things.